Hello! For my base race build this month, I am bringing you a scene of a disaster narrowly avoided, of a broken railway bridge, and a train left dangling over a drop. The bridge supports were blown up by saboteurs, and this would have become a tragedy, except for the second dynamite charge that failed to ignite. That would have blown out a second support pylon, and almost certainly there would have been loss of life. As it was, everybody survived to tell the tale. But let me take you back before I started this build. I had an idea. A broken bridge. I needed to find a good location up in the hills where a bridge could reasonably be expected to stretch across a valley between two higher points. After a lot of searching, I found this area, which seemed as ideal as anything you can find in Minecraft. You see the higher hills on this side and stretching all the way across to the lower stretch, but there's a valley at least in between with a pond. Everything looked just about right. While I was searching, I began to realise that there had to be a lot more to the build than just a broken bridge. For a start, a bridge on its own wouldn't even begin to use up all the blocks that we've been given. So I began to concoct the idea of a railway bridge, broken, and gradually the whole thing came together. But it was going to be a big build, a lot of work, and a lot of time to get it finished. I put together this time-lapse footage of the main sections of the build process. Back to the finished article, and I can take you on a brief tour. So here we are coming along the section of track that the train never managed to get through to. Here's the locomotive hanging down over the valley, but it's supported by the weight of the rest of the train behind it. I can take you inside, I believe. Here we are in the driver's cab. As you can see, all of these instruments and controls, sun visor up the top there. Here's his seat, well-worn seat where he drives the whole thing from. He can go back through here, which is the rest of the locomotive. Most of the sides will be engine. There's some bits of the engine works here that protrude through the sides of it. But basically you can walk all the way back to the passenger areas through here. Oh, here's the connector between the first two carriages, or the locomotive and the first carriage here. So here's the lobby area with the front doors. And you get into the main carriage like here, and we've got all the seating with some of them having tables between the seats. You've got racks overhead, lots of lighting. Come through, and there's a second carriage which I didn't quite make it the same as the first. It's pretty close, but it's going off into the tunnel here, and this area at the back I left it as being kind of locked and you can't go any further. There would be more train there, I think, but we're not going to see that at the moment. So outside the train we've got the locomotive looking there. We've got obviously something spilling out of the train here, coming down. There's the support pylons. There's the second TNT that didn't explode. The one that was blown up was here by this pile of rubble. I think that's a couple of the saboteurs standing down there at the moment. And here's the next pylon. And as we go up, we see that there's the tunnel that it's just emerged from. The train's just come out of this tunnel and it's heading off that way over the hills. This tunnel is brick entrance but cobblestone. Oh, it's got a couple of a few different things to give it some lighting, dim lighting in the tunnel. Right, so there we are. The great near disaster that was averted just because the second one didn't explode. Nobody died. Right, thank you very much for watching. I present this as my November build. Bye bye.